I know that a lot of us here as students are worried about paying for college, and I was just wondering, would you recommend taking like all of our money that we have in any sort of market and out of there and just bury it in the backyard so we don't lose any more of it? I know that's definitely a big concern of mine, and one of your best recommendations would be as a plan for that. Also, is our education going to be worth its investment that we're making right now?
Good question.
When will it be worth the
Good question. And remember, all issues like this are speculation because it all depends on what our politicians do. But if they will do the right things, we're probably going to have a deep recession. We're going to be hopefully close, reasonably close to a bottom of the stock market. There are very safe investments that you can put your money into. You can put it into treasuries that are guaranteed against inflation. As to the question, is it worth doing the studies? The answer to that is yes. You will be able, because of your education, to make a substantially greater amount of money. I make the argument that we have been on the wrong path for the past 30 or 40 years by increasing education costs. When I went to college in the 1950s and early 1960s at the University of Texas and University of Oklahoma, I would pay tuition of roughly $35 to $100 a semester. It was subsidized by the state. I wasn't on scholarship. That was the in-state tuition for anyone. The philosophy was that education was a social responsibility, and that we wanted all people that wanted an education to get an education. And in my case, and most of my my colleagues, we have repaid that back over and over again by our increased productivity and by the taxes that we have paid into the system. We need to rethink that today. We need to say that one of our basic goals is to improve the skills, knowledge, and productivity of our people, and education and training is part of it, and that we should not saddle our young people with burdens of $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 per. If I were starting school again, I would say, okay, I'd weigh it out. There'd be certain professions I wouldn't go into because of outsourcing. But overall, yes, even with what you're paying, which is enormous, and I realize that, it is absolutely worth it for you. In just straight economic money